This man is on the front lines. This man has been tasked from the very beginning to turn Conor McGregor into one of the elite strikers, and he did that in MMA. Now, he has the unbelievable task of trying to prepare Conor McGregor to fight and defeat Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match. He is the man who has been by his side seemingly from the beginning, good friend, training partner, and now coach. He is the one and only Owen Roddy, I should say. I'm so excited that I messed up his nickname. He is joining us via the magic of Skype, our first ever Skype guest. There he is. He's back. Owen Roddy, the rowdy one. How are you?
I'm good. I'm fantastic. Yeah, I'm excited. Like I think the whole world is now at this stage. But yeah, I'm in good form. Yeah, and yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm very excited about all this. I love it. I love the circus. I love the pageantry. I love that this is actually a thing. It's so surreal that we're actually here. So let me ask you a similar question that I've asked some of our previous guests. When did you start to believe that this was a thing, that you guys were actually going to prepare for a fight against Floyd Mayweather? Like, it's been talked for almost 2 years, but when did you start to believe?
Yeah. I started to believe after kind of the Alvarez fight when there was actual negotiations going on between obviously Conor and the UFC, and then the UFC were looking to approach Mayweather's crew. Then I started to look into it and said, geez, actually this could happen. And as always, you never write Conor off. If Conor says he's going to do something, he seems to be able to pull out the bag all the time. So it was a little bit after the Alvarez fight.
When have you guys, when did you start actually preparing? Because I know you didn't start preparing on Wednesday when it was announced, and I know he became a father recently and things like that. And I was actually going back to some of our messages online, and you were kind of dropping little subtle hints several months back. When did you start to say, okay, we're actually preparing for this?
Yeah, it was a couple of months ago now. I can't think specifically, but it's been a few months now that we've been looking at Mayweather, looking at tape and doing some work, doing a little bit of work, not crazy, but we've been working on it for the past couple of months. But the last month or so now, it's kind of really up the gear now, and we're full steam ahead, and we're 10 weeks out, I think.
When you were presented with this idea, were you in favor, or did you think it was crazy? Would you have preferred that he just remained in MMA?
No. I think it's unbelievable. Who wouldn't want to get involved in something like this, So when I heard it, I said at first, like everybody else, I was a bit skeptical that it was ever going to happen. But once we heard that the deal was just about done, I was all for it. I was like, let's get in and do it, and let's shock the world,
Conor is obviously his own man, and I look forward to talking to him before the fight. But from your perspective, why does he want to do this?
I think just to prove to himself that he is the best combat athlete on the planet. Obviously the money's not bad either,
yeah,
and I'm sure he's going to enjoy that. But Conor just believes that he's the best combat athlete in the world, no matter what type of combat it is. And I just think he wants to go in there and prove to the world that he can beat Mayweather.
I've heard people call this fight a money grab, and obviously to an extent, this is prize fighting. People are trying to make money, so there is some truth to that. But when I hear that term, there's sort of an insinuation that he's just going in there to get a paycheck and, results be damned, and then he'll go back to MMA. But knowing Conor as minimally as I do, and you know him better than anyone, this is a guy who has a lot of pride. He understands history. I truly believe, I don't know if he'll win, but I truly believe that he believes he can win. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's without a doubt. Without a doubt, Conor wouldn't do it if he didn't think it, and he 100% believes he's going to win, and we believe he's going to win. If anybody can go in and do the extraordinary, it's on paper it's a tall task, you know what I mean. But if anybody can do it, Conor can. He shocks the world every time. Every time he fights, he's doubted, and people are like, you can't do this, you can't do that. believe me, like I think he's going to go in and do it. He believes he's going to go in and do it. The whole team believes he's going to do it. So get behind him.
I don't know. I get goosebumps just listening to you talk, because I know you believe it as well, and you guys have this amazing, like what
Yeah, without a doubt.
you know, when you hear, you and John Kavanagh calling for a knockout of Jose Aldo within, minutes, initially you're kind of like, these guys are insane. But everything you guys have said has actually happened. So I have no reason to doubt you. Who the hell am I, or any media member, to doubt you at this point?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, we know what Conor's capable of. Like, Conor does it every time. He does it every time. And I know, like, I'm sure when I go onto Twitter or when I go onto Instagram or whatever, I'm going to get bombarded. Like, they're going to give me awful stick, but like, I don't care, because I believe it as well. And I think he's going to go in and do it. Going to cause the upset, shock the world, and we're going to sit back and enjoy it.
Could you tell us who will be in his corner for this fight?
Well, at the moment, it's going to be me, John, possibly Artem. I think there's 4. Obviously, he'll have to get his own footman and stuff like that, and he hasn't sorted that just yet. But it'll be definitely myself, John, and Artem at the moment.
Okay. And as far as bringing in other coaches, will you be bringing in any specific? We've heard from Freddie Roach, and people say like, "Oh, you should bring me in," things like that. Are you guys doing that, or is it the same team as always?
No, I mean we're not bringing anybody in as of yet. But who knows down the line? Who knows? We're gonna head over stateside in the next couple of weeks. But at the moment, we're in Dublin. We're all working together. We've came up with a game plan that we think, can shock the world, and we're gonna stick to that for the time being. But things can change. If we feel we need to bring in some people, we may bring in some people, but nothing's confirmed just yet.
So in a couple of weeks, you're going to the U.S. and you're going to stay there for the remainder of the camp?
Yep.
Vegas or California or somewhere else?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
Possibly Vegas, but we'll be close enough to Vegas anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
Won't be far away.
Are you bringing in any specific sparring partners to emulate Floyd's style? And if so, could you tell us who they are?
Yeah, we can't tell you who they are, but we are looking at different sparring partners. We'll confirm that when we get stateside. Well,
okay.
Yeah, it should be good.
154 pounds, 10-ounce gloves, 12 rounds. Any of these details from an actual, fight perspective that you did like or didn't like, that were points of contention within the team, or do you like it all?
Yeah, it's all good. Like, I mean, we looked at the weight category and realized obviously that at 154 you go up to 10-ounce gloves, and we were thinking maybe that might be a little bit of a tell that he wants to use bigger gloves, but also be a little tell that he wants us to be heavy and come in. He'll probably come in a bit lighter, but look, we'll be ready. Whether it's 10-ounce gloves, 8-ounce gloves, 154, 149, whatever it may be. I mean, these are only very small details, and we'll be ready for it all.
From a coaching perspective, you look at Floyd Mayweather, he is undefeated. We could count on one hand the times he's been rocked, let alone he's never been dropped, right? I mean, the guy is impeccable as far as boxing is concerned, and he is a counterpuncher. He's a great defensive boxer. Is there a particular fight that you look at and say, okay, this is the one that obviously you want to do better than this particular fighter because he's never lost, but that you're going to try to emulate the game plan?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've looked at all the southpaw fights, obviously, and seeing that, and everybody, this is now breaking news, right? And everybody knows that he struggles a bit more with the southpaws, and obviously, kind of being a tall, rangy southpaw, we believe that there is shots that can land, and I believe that if we have a game plan, and I think Conor can go in and execute, and if he does, I think we can cause the upset.
So the game plan is already set.
Yeah.
And there's this video that came out. You probably have seen it of one of Conor's old, I think, sparring partners. And he put out this video last week and he said, look how slow he was and things like that. Others have come to Conor's defense and said he was just sort of playing around. This wasn't a real sparring. What can you say about this video that surfaced last week?
Yeah, I mean, this is the video from, I think it was maybe a year ago or something.
Yeah.
He was the pro boxer he was sparring. Look, at the end of the day, I'd imagine Conor was just playing about, and I mean, people can put out what clips they want, where they look good or the other person looks good. I mean, if that's what you're looking at to to make an adjustment or make a prediction on Conor's ability to box. That's good for us, because if they think that Conor's going to come in and be sluggish and be out with depth, he won't be. And I know it's Mayweather. I know it's the best defensive boxer, pound for pound, one of the greatest to do it. But Conor is unique and he's special, and he does it all the time. And I honestly believe he's going to do it again.
Is he comfortable? Like, one thing that I've heard is that people are saying he's not comfortable throwing punches with 10-ounce gloves. This is all very new. He's never done this before, fight wearing shoes and things like that. How comfortable is he at this point?
Yeah, no, he's fine. Look, that's like, I mean, these are minuscule things, and there's no issue there. I mean, he's boxed as well. He's boxed for a long time. He's been sparring for the past fucking 10 years in boxing gloves, and when he's boxing, he's wearing boxing boots anyways. This is not new.
Uh-huh.
And even if it was new, what is putting on a pair of runners going to, really cause that much of a difference? Do you know what I mean? It's not, people can say what they want, but Conor's going to be ready in there, and it's going to be an exciting fight, and it's going to be unbelievable. So,
what has life been like for you since this was announced on Wednesday?
Yeah, chaotic, mental. Yeah, man. I was getting chased around by Sky Sports and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. Like, it's great. Like, I mean, I wake up every day. I said this before. I wake up every day grateful to be in the position that I'm in, to be on this journey with Conor, and I enjoy it. I embrace it, and I just kick back. So it's been crazy, and it's only going to get crazier.
Yeah, are you, like, it's one thing to fight Aldo and to fight at MSG against Alvarez, UFC. This is unlike anything we've ever seen. And sometimes even before these big fights, like, the coaches have their own press conferences and things of that nature. And you fought in big fights. I mean, you know what it's like to have the spotlight on you. But do you think you are ready for the next 10 weeks? Like all the attention and the media coming your way and all that stuff. I mean, this is going to be insane. Do you feel like you're ready for it?
Yeah, like, I mean, at the end of the day, all I'm there to do is help Conor out and give him my ideas on what shots will land and what shots won't land, and where to be and what positions to be in, and blah blah blah, and do the pads and stuff like that. I've done that for a long time. That's not going to change. It's Conor that's going to go in and do the fight and do the business. And I mean, he eats up the pressure. It's not about it to him. So I'm happy to do this for the next 10 weeks, whatever media, obligations that I need to do. I mean, I'm not going to have too much. I don't care either. I'm happy to answer any questions that people have, and I'm happy to do whatever it takes. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be sitting on the sideline. You know what I mean? Conor's going to be in and doing it all, and no man does it better.
Conor became a dad recently. Have you sensed or noticed a difference in him as a person, as a fighter, the way he goes about his business? Any change?
No. I mean, a couple of weeks back, I was chatting to him. He texted me like late at night, like 3 a.m. Obviously, he was up doing a field and he looked a bit tired. But that was it. Other than that, he's grand, and he's, obviously he's in fight mode, and fight mode that comes first, and he's ready.
Could you tell us how much he weighs now?
He's not too heavy, to be honest. He's mid-70s, a little bit over 75, I think. So he's good, So he'll be ready to go. And I mean, that's easy for Conor. He's been a lot heavier. He's been a lot heavier 6 weeks out.
Any concerns about 36 minutes? The 12 rounds. This is longer than an MMA fight. Some people have said he doesn't have the cardio and things. Any worries about that? Are you changing anything to get him into that?
No. I mean, obviously, it's all arms. So we're working a little bit on making sure his legs don't get tired, his hands don't get tired. But he's well able for it. Like, he's been doing them. He's doing the rounds. He's fresh. And the thing is with Conor, and he's been like this for a long time. He starts to get. It's like he excels throughout the rounds. He gets more into it. When we're doing pads or when he's sparring and stuff like that, round 4, 5, and 6, he starts to come into his own. He starts to enjoy it a lot more, and he's been looking great. He's been looking fantastic. fitness level is already there, and we've got another 10 weeks to get more out of him, which we're going to get a lot more out of him. So there's going to be no issue with the 12 pounds. There's going to be no issue with his fitness at all.
It's fascinating to me to hear like respected media members say with absolute certainty that he has no chance. Like they already have seen the fight. Oh, he's going to get to, I mean, it's not even worth watching or covering or anything like that. Do you guys look at that stuff? Like, does that get on your radar, and do you use that as motivation? How do you process?
Listen, at the end of the day, that's just like a broken record now at this stage. It really is. Like, I mean, every fight, and even, you know, before the UFC, you know, he's only coming up. He's only got he's got a decent left hand. He's got nothing else. Every single fight in his career, that's all we heard. But he keeps proving people wrong. I mean, he'll cause the upset. He'll do it. And then we'll be on to the next thing. And he won't, whatever it may be, can't do it. You know what I mean? He's just this guy. You know, people need to believe now at this stage, because if they don't, they're just going to be left behind. Like, and the people that, you know, people around him that he needs to believe in him do. And that's it. That's his team, his family, his friends. That's it. You know what I mean?
From a boxing perspective, what, in your opinion, is Floyd Mayweather's biggest weakness? Where's the biggest hole in his game?
I mean, I don't really want to get into details on what we're looking to do, but I mean, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Like, he's unbelievable defensively. He's pound for pound one of the greatest, but everybody has holes. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody is, you know, has predictable patterns that they do over and over again, and it's just trying to come up with a game plan to work on those patterns and stuff like that, and then it's allowing Conor to go in and execute. No better man executes.
Some of the Irish media kind of kid with me because I keep asking them every step of the way, like, is this getting surreal yet? Like, you used to watch this guy in these little halls, and now he's, you know, the biggest athlete in the world, fighter, etc. But for you, have you had a chance to take a step back and be like, I can't believe I'm actually preparing Conor, who I've known? Like, when did you first meet Conor?
Maybe 13 years ago, maybe. When he started, this day one I was there. Like,
so you're preparing him to fight Floyd Mayweather? I mean, it's absurd.
No, it's insane. Yeah. It's mental. Listen, it's crazy, and that's why I just sit back and I enjoy it. But like, I've just came to believe, you know, no matter what Conor says he's going to do, he does. Like, and I mean, I always, you know, from early on, before the UFC, before Cage Warriors, there was always something different about Conor. There was always, you know, people say you're not born. People can say, no, there's no such thing as being born with talent and stuff like that. But there are special people, and Conor was born with something different. And he just seems to be able to do these extraordinary things every time. You know, every single fight camp, every single fight, you know, no matter what the pressure is, no matter how big the obstacle is, he embraces it, he enjoys it, and he succeeds, you know. And you know, I'm just behind him, and I'm there to support him as much as I can, and help him out as much as I can, and enjoy the ride. I know, as I always say, when I'm 60 and fucking I'm retired and I'm sitting back, I'll look back and I'll say, Jesus, I was very lucky to be in a position that I'm in, to have experienced such a crazy life and experience somebody like Conor go from the Labour to 100 million or 100 plus million fight. And it's not the end. Who knows what's after this?
Yeah. I mean, just his UFC run alone, 4 years. He's starting on Facebook against Marcus Brimage, and 4 years later, he's doing this. As a team, how did you guys react when the fight was officially announced? Like, did you guys come together? Like, what was that like on Wednesday night?
Yeah. Like, as I said, we knew it was just about done. So we've known for a while now. We knew what was going to be signed. It was just, you know, the nitty gritty. So, we knew a while back there. And as soon as we knew, we treat it like any other camp. Obviously, it's, you know, you come up with shots and stuff like that. You come up with ideas and how to beat the person. You go in, you put the hours in the gym, you put the hours in on the mat and in the ring, and then you do the best you can. and you leave Conor and let him go in and do his magic. And it's been working for us for the past 14 years, and I have no doubt that it's going to work for us again in August 26th.
You guys are famous for your predictions, so can I get one? What's the official prediction right now? Here we are, a little less than 2 months away. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's gonna put him away. I think he's gonna KO. Take a couple of rounds, and I know my phone is about to explode, I'm sure. But look, he kind of does these things. He does these exceptional things all the time. If he says he's going to go in and knock him out, I think he's going to go in and knock him out.
Wow. What round are you thinking? Third, fourth, fifth, sixth?
Yeah, I think mid fight. I think a couple of rounds in, we need to see what Mayweather's going to be coming with. So I mean, the short rounds are only 3-minute rounds. So
yeah.
you only find your feet in there, and then it's a round over. But I think Conor has an exceptional ability to read fighters. I said this a good few years ago as well. Read fighters and read where they're going and read what they do, and he can do it really, really quickly. And I think it's just about him figuring out where Mayweather's going to be on said shot, and then put in the appropriate shots to catch him. I look, I've no doubt in my mind he's going to do it.
Wow.
I think it's going to be. It's just going to be one of the most insane fights ever.
I'm buzzing just hearing you talk about it and predict it and trying to envision Mayweather knocked out. Any concerns about the gloves taking away some of his power? No. I mean, Conor hits like a middleweight. You can ask any of the middleweights in our gym. He hits as hard, if not harder. It's strange. He's got like fucking. He's got like cat-like reflexes. He's so quick on it, and his slips and his pulls, and he's very accurate as well. So I think he's gonna slip him fire, and then Mayweather will be on wobbly legs. Like it might be a counter too, but I just see that's what I see. I see it in my head, and that's what I see it's gonna happen. And so we'll end on this, and I've asked, Audie and Leonard and Steven Espinoza of Showtime about the build-up and the press conferences and the ancillary programming, but this is the biggest question of them all. Will there be SBG Charleston video blogs leading up to the fight?
Of course there will. Yeah, no, yeah. Obviously, we're gonna do a vlog.
Yes.
In the lead up. Just people fell in love with the vlog, so.
When's the first one?
We done it for a laugh, and people are just love the insight and love the little bit of background, insight into what we're doing on a daily basis, and they love my where I'm coming from and what my position is. So of course there will be vlogs coming very soon.
When's the first one coming out? Do you know yet?
I don't know. I might start doing them here. I usually wait till I hit.
Start now.
I usually wait till I hit stateside. But I might start very soon.
Yes, we're just 2 months away. The people are starving. Yes, the people are starving for it. 2 months away, you got to get going. Give the people what they want.
Yeah. Well, if they want, we'll give it to them, yeah.
Owen, I can't thank you enough. I know you've been hit from all different corners, but I really, really appreciate you coming on the show and talking to us. It means a lot. Thank you. Congrats on getting the fight. Good luck in preparing for it. Good luck, of course, in the fight itself. I cannot wait for every step of the way. It is going to be something else. It's going to be an amazing ride. So enjoy it, my friend, and good luck. And, of course, safe travels here to the United States.
Thank you. All right, cheers.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. There he is, the rowdy one, Owen Roddy, the striking coach for one, Conor McGregor. Unbelievable stuff. You kind of get chills when you hear him talk about knocking out Floyd and that vision of Floyd. Could it be? Could it actually be? Unbelievable.